about today was dashboard cleanup. We can't get enough of it. It's just a never-ending thing that is always there. Always stuff going to be on it. We do have new faces and such, so I did want to kind of review it. Also, we have year end coming up, so it's a really good time to kind of take a look at it, get any old pendings out that are no longer pending. This will help us keep accurate records and reports for leadership as they run those. So I had noticed not too long back that we were no longer getting that financial report that gives us what information is missing from our transactions. So just so you know, that is running again. So you're going to be receiving that about every 2 weeks. And that was the one that had the yellow in it if it was missing financial data. So keep in mind, just keep an eye out for that. That'll come on Monday, and then every other Monday after that. That'll just kind of help keep top of mind and also give it to you in a spreadsheet format. So what I was going to cover today is just to kind of show you how to run that yourself. If you ever just want to do it, maybe you want it once a week, or you just have some extra time and you want to run it just to take a look and reach out to agents. Florida's going into their busier time. We're coming out of ours. So it's a good time for us to get transactions just caught up, leveled off, canceled or added, see what we're missing. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. The first one I'm going to start with is in transaction plan, which I'll just pull down. So I've logged into transaction plan. It's the same credentials you use to log into AccountTech. If you do get about 3 times, and if you do it wrong, the system will lock you out. So just reach out to myself, your RSC, or whoever it is in your region that would reset your password. It's very simple. The system does not allow it through email, so you do have to have somebody manually update that for you. So just keep that in mind. The report that we're looking for is called Pending Transactions Missing Financial Data. And you can find that in the reports. You just click on this reports tab at the top, and then it's under pending, and then it's in this bottom one here. Yours may look a little bit different than mine. I may have a little bit different access for now. The other thing that you can do is just drag this one right over here and add it to your favorites. And then you don't have to click through. Then it's just right there, and you can find it in your main screen at each day, whenever you want to go run it. So we can run it through here. You just open it up. You click your office. Let's run it for Benzie. You should have only what you have access to here, so this shouldn't be too different or too much. But and then you can just unclick. Maybe you don't have some of these options, but I kind of like less is more on some of these. So I just unclick some of these. I'm really just looking for mostly the sale price, the commission amount, and the commission price also. Those are the 3 things that are going to make it kick over to the pending database in Dash and make it a true transaction, a true pending transaction. So let's just, well, you can keep property ID, the commission price. We'll keep some of these. We don't need lead, pending date, maybe estimated close date. That might be one to have. Maybe we need to know when it's coming up. And then you do have the option to group it by office and agent. And then you just click run. So there is one here. And then just a reminder, you may not always see stuff here. You sometimes have to click this plus and minus. So you can expand and contract these reports as you run them. This is not my favorite place to run these reports. So I'm going to run them specifically in Darwin and then export it. That's my favorite place to do it. I don't know why, but everybody else should have the same option to do that as well. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Since we're already in Darwin most of the time, or the Citrix version of it, I'm going to show you how to do that just the same. It's the same report. There is just one extra step you have to do in order to get the report, because Darwin does not allow you to export directly from here. Transaction plan will allow you, but Darwin does not. So you actually just email the report and then you can save it as an Excel file. Because if you're like me, I like working on spreadsheets and keeping lists. So I'm just going to click pending. It's under my pending reports, and it's the same thing, same one on the bottom. This does give us a little bit more option to manipulate here. Let's do a little bit bigger. Well, let's do Glen Arbor. Yeah. You can do it by specific person. If you have a really big office and you want to do it by agent, and that helps you kind of dial it down to get a little bit more manageable, you can put an agent name in there, a specific property if you're looking for there, or if you want a team. So it's all how you want the report to come out in the end that's workable for you, that kind of keeps it so that you can find the information needed. And again, you can just click some of these and unclick. And these are all going to be tabs in the report. So if you want less tabs, just uncheck some of these. It's already going to do office, the agent, but the property ID, those are kind of important. Commission, selling, you don't need lead or source. And then you just hit preview. And then this is going to take just a second to generate. And this is where you find those yellow highlighted places. And that's going to tell you the information is missing. So this is where the report comes from that's emailed to you. And those are the ones you really want to pay attention to, because it means that there's no information going to the reports that leadership runs to kind of anticipate financial information. So you can see the estimated close dates missing, the selling price. Most likely the agent hasn't turned the information or turned the paperwork in on this one, and it hasn't been inputted into AccountTech. So this would just be my signal to reach out to Peter Fisher. Now, if I want this in an Excel, I can just send my email, type in your email. If you spell it right. And then you can put a memo in there if you're sending it to somebody else, and then just click send. Now this should come directly to my email. It's very quick. And this is what the email is going to look like. It comes from Darwin Notifications. This is what it looks like when you come directly from Darwin. The email campaign that's set up will have a little bit more info in there, but it's the same link. You just click the link. And then from this link, you can export using this little save button, and you can export it to Excel. Just keep in mind, again, you sometimes need to expand the report or the office. So if I have multiple offices, you can see it expanded or contracted it down, and it would just list the offices. But in this case, I only have one office. So I'll just expand that. And I have 2 agents that are missing info. Sometimes you need to go into it to see what's missing in there, but I only did so many columns, so you can pick the columns that you'd like. But in this case, I would just look up this property, and this gives you the AccountTech ID right here. You could copy and then go into Darwin and actually find it in your property tab. After you reach out to the agent. So is there a question? That's just kind of a way to run those reports manually if you want them without being sent. One other thing I was just going to show you quick was the dashboard. You can also get the same information from the dashboard and put it into a spreadsheet these days, because we all know you can do it right from the dashboard, but every time you clean one up, it doesn't automatically update. You have to recalculate, and that can be super annoying and just time sucking. So I like to work from the spreadsheet or the report. So it's just a matter of what your preference is. But the same thing here, click the top, and you can filter by office, by agent. You can do them by agent. And that'll kind of alphabetize them from your office. If you are searching, you can do it directly from, you can search using this contains, and that'll filter out any that you're looking for. Or the same thing with the address. But the same thing again, you can just click this print, and then you can send the email, and that will do the same thing. It does give you the export button here, but it does not export. You have to send the email and then export it, because I'm running it from Darwin. But this is the same thing. It's your dashboard. So you do have the ability to export your dashboard and work from a spreadsheet. If you prefer to do it right from the dashboard, it's all a matter of how you want to operate, or whatever is easiest for you. So that's kind of 3 ways on how to get the information from your dashboard, or what's missing, and how to get it cleaned up, or the report that will be coming out on Monday. Anybody have questions on that or anything so far? I don't see any questions. Does anybody have questions on how to clean some things up? One thing I will just say is, if you do have a transaction that is missing financial information, it's missing a sale price, a commission price, or a commission amount, even though it's in a pending status, you need to withdraw that transaction, because it doesn't go to Dash. It still has an active listing in Dash and not a pending. So if you see that you're getting an error message that says only pending transactions can be canceled, that's the reason. You can either put in the financial information, or you can just put it in a withdrawn status. And if that's the case, you do need to unlock it, which I could probably give you an example here. Another question I get a lot is this other income. I love that people are submitting their incomes, but in those circumstances, the only time those are sent to Dash is when they're actually in a closed status. So if you're finding that you're getting those referrals, leases, that's the reason. So no need to worry. It's just that it won't go to Dash until it's actually closed. I was going to see if I could find one example, but maybe they took one. Or maybe in this case, let's see if this has financial info. So this one has financial information in it. So this one would actually go canceled, just because it does have that info. But the way you would do it is you just unlock, and then you can pick. It does give you then all of the options. You can pick canceled. You put in a canceled date. Let's do 10/28/22. And then cancel reason. We'll do contingency. There's an other option as well. And then you can just save. What's that looking for? Okay. All right. So let's try that. One more thing really quick is that to see that this one will say successful submission, but if you do want to see that it went to Dash without actually logging into Dash, if you go to the submission tab, you can see right here that it was successful. Sometimes you have to go over here and click get results. This one was real time, but if it's submitted as a batch, you sometimes have to click this get results and scroll back over. You can also expand to see what error messages you're getting if they are compacted. Just gives you a little bit more information on what might be missing or excluding that from going to Dash. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If you have any issues running reports or exporting, just let me know. I hope everyone has a really good Thanksgiving and stay safe with all the weather in everyone's area. Bye.